I was still.
Hello.
What's up?
Even
What's
if
up?
you trying to send
What's
a message.
up? How you doing? How everybody out there doing tonight? Let me get my share game on. It's Anna. What's up,
What is going on? I guess
Anna from the
that's for
DMV?
people to know we're on.
Is it who on here with us? I can't see right now. Mickey got so much stuff going on. I see Miss J. I see Salted Chef. I see Gutter. I see Francine. Oh, it's going again. I can't see no more.
Don't worry about it.
He said he told me don't worry about it. He told me
I
don't worry
got
about it.
you. Bam.
He got us. Okay. Got Tia. Okay, now it's going again. I can't see it no more. I was trying to say hello to everybody.
Yeah,
Welcome
say hello.
to Oh, no name. I got Kathy King. I don't know who else we got on here, but hey everybody. You go ahead and talk while I get my impeccable share game on.
Well, hi y'all. Man, I missed 810 this last 3 days, but I would say the 810s with the 810 days. Lord have mercy. I missed 810 for the last 3 days, but I would say it was for a good reason and just experience,
Oh,
But
okay.
other than that, how's the weather out there? How's the weather in Flint, Michigan?
The weather has been gorgeous, but now I'm hearing after I done washed my truck and got my tires all shined up and everything, we about to have we got a severe thunderstorm watch. I'm like, man,
Oh
really?
wow.
So as long as the lights don't go out in the air, I'm good. I forgot what I was doing. How's the weather over there where you're at?
It was just drizzling right now.
Really? Okay.
Just drizzling. Hey, I got a question. Let's see if anyone can answer it.
Okay.
So when the weatherman says it's 20% chance of rain, does anybody know what that means?
It's 20% chance of rain.
Does it mean that 20 okay. What you're saying is that it's 20% chance that it's going to rain? Is that what you think the answer is?
It's a 20% chance that it's not going to rain.
So, guess what the answer is, Wyntis?
What's the answer?
That means 20% of that area is going to have rain. So, you ever notice when you're driving and only a small portion is raining and the other side is not?
That's weird. That's suspicious.
Yep. Okay. So, when they say 100% of rain, that means that whole area. If it says 20%, that means it might be just in north part of Flint, or it might be on the south side. Same thing with snow. So it's just saying that 20% of that area that they're surveying is going to have rain. I used to think that for the longest. That means 20%. Okay, I can go out here. I don't need no umbrella.
What was you, a meteorologist?
No. I have a girlfriend whose father was, but
Okay.
I'm a little nerdy. So I like to watch Neil deGrasse Tyson. Do you know who that is?
Who?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No, I don't know Neil deGrasse
That is
Tyson.
a famous astrophysicist.
Oh, no. All I know is and I forgot his name because as soon as I was about to say it, I forgot his name. I used to watch the Weather Channel all day.
Okay.
And I can't remember that man's name. No, not Al Roker. It's the Weather Channel. And he would be standing out there in the hurricane and making sure that he didn't blow him over. And he was so good. Man, y'all know who I'm talking about on the Weather Channel. Miss J, you know. Hey, Tony. Call y'all. What's that man's name on the Weather Channel? Y'all know who he is.
Is it on ABC, CBS, NBC, or is it on a regular channel?
The Weather Channel.
Oh, the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel. Yes, the Weather Channel. It's on the Weather Channel. And I can't remember his name. Oh, there go Ronald. Buenos dias, Ana.
Hey, buenos dias.
Hello, Papi. What'd I say?
You said, hello, Daddy.
Hello, Ronald. She said, "You said hello, daddy." I'm excited, Anna. You know why I'm so excited? Because this time next week, you
Yes.
will be live and we will be live sitting right here in the studio together doing Sister Circle.
Yes.
Won't he do it?
Yes. And I made out. I Today I might jump off the plane. Okay.
Oh, I see your shirt. There we
Yes, I
go.
might jump
Look,
off with
look.
Mickey.
Everybody stop. Jim Cantori. Thank you, Jaleesa Mayfield. See, I
Oh,
told
Jim
you
Cantor. Okay.
our people, they know. They
Yes.
know. Yes, Jim. See, I love y'all, 18. I love y'all. We a family. We stick together.
Yes. So I want to do a quick commercial break while she's
Go
sharing.
ahead. Go ahead.
The shirt's coming blue. Look, blue, blue, blue A10 shirt.
Oh,
Okay. Then we got this one jumping off the plane. I got hall monitor one. Y'all saw me with that a couple weeks ago.
yep, yep.
Then I got the red with the circle. Then you got the lovely mug. And then you got the
Girl, you just
or
ain't
the
10
tumbler.
days.
And then you got the black shirt.
Yes,
Now
yes.
the only one I don't have is the hoodie because I was like, it's gonna be hot before I get a hoodie. But
Baby.
y'all got to get y'all 810 merch
You
because I
got
got a shirt for every single day. So when I come, I'll be rocking my 810 shirts.
every day.
I
Even at
got
the
all, I
club.
got pretty much 5 of them, so I could keep switching every day.
Okay, then. All right. Well, it's
I mean, we could
Friday.
be vlogging. We got to represent 810 News Media Group. We got to
Absolutely.
represent.
Absolutely. And I'm ready too, baby.
Not
I'm ready.
represent Anna, it's represent 810 News Media Group and what's going on in Flint. That is the purpose. What is going on in Flint?
Yes. It's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't
always
really get to hear y'all all week. I heard some of it. I did like the interaction you had yesterday when you did your interview with Rich Jones and James. I can't remember the last name. I'm sorry.
James Cochran. Yep.
Cochran.
James Cochran.
Can you tell me a little bit about who James Cochran is?
You know, James is from the younger generation, 33-year-old, bright young man, bright future ahead of him. He got interested in politics watching Eric Mays, and then he slowly started coming to the council meetings. Every time we are there, James is there.
Oh,
And
wow.
he's beginning to be a little bit more vocal in the community. And you know how we always ask the question, like I told him last night while we were here, I said, we always say, how can we get the young people involved? And James, we can reach younger people through you. And so he's very sharp, very intelligent, no nonsense type of guy, and I just really like him, and I see him going far in life, in politics. He wouldn't be what I would say your average politician. He would be what I always say, real people advocating for real change. So I like James.
So is he into activism or is he an advocate or is he any elected official in any of those capacities?
Nope, nope. He doesn't. He's not putting a title on it. He's just James.
Okay.
Yep,
That's
he's
nice.
just James. He's just James, and I really like him. Matter of fact, I gotta tag him. You might. Hey, look at there go meat free. Hey, Maurice.
Oh, you looking on the YouTube side? I can't see
Oh, that's right.
who
You
it's
can't
on.
see the comments, Mickey.
I
Mickey
can't see, and I can't see who how do you say that?
Mickey
Like
point.
who is on? Cause you know I'm on Streamyard, so Streamyard ain't gonna show me.
Right. There they go. Tony got. I'm Tony. Mickey got him popping up for
Yeah,
you. There go
he
Tony.
said TSA gonna flag all that shit. What the hell?
Yes, they go flag all her 18 shirts.
Oh, he said, "Is there any meeting scheduled while on
Oh no.
in
Oh
town?"
no. Um.
No, but
No.
remember, I don't know if y'all remember, Wyntis was talking about it the other day, and I felt bad because she's talking and she's asking Angie, and Angie's going to be out of town. I think Clack said he was going to come with us, but we're going to go to Detroit, and then from then we'll come back to Flint, and we're going to be vlogging. So
Clack
I'll.
got a Clack got a job now, so he won't be
Oh, excuse me, a BMW.
able to. Black man working. I know that one.
Uh, my what's I about to say? Lord. Woo, all week I've been, I said, man, I must be, Lord, this is Sister Circle, so I'm going to be funny. I
Mhm.
said, I must be going through premenopause because I keep forgetting every darn thing I say every single 5 seconds. Like, wait a minute, what was I just saying? Well, where was I just going?
I just did the same thing. Like I was sitting here, like I was
It's
telling
hitting
him,
hard.
I watched Jim Cantor for like ever. And I had a weird, like weird obsessions when I was pregnant with my children. Like with the first baby, I used to watch the Animal Channel all the time.
Oh wow.
And with the second baby, I watched the Weather Channel all the time. Did it make a difference? No. But I just weird things. Like now I'm into watching the YouTubers that go into abandoned mansions.
I see them reels all the time on Facebook.
It's just so interesting. Like people, like especially when they be going into like a lot of foreigners' houses, like they just drop everything and it looked like they was escaping the country
Wow.
because everything is literally still there. And it's like sometimes I'd be like, oh, I wish I was one of them because I was clean up the house and stay there for a little
Well,
while.
I don't know if this is true. So don't this is what's that word we say? Uh,
Allegedly.
Allegedly in
Mm.
Dubai, you can get in trouble for losing your income. You can get arrested. So a lot of people leave their Maseratis, their BMWs, their Mercedes and leave the country.
Really?
They literally get up and leave everything.
We need to go to Dubai and find somebody that's about to lose their
I
job.
don't know. Didn't you see in Dubai? I don't know. We talking about the weather. I don't know. Was that true? All that flooding and all that stuff flying everywhere.
I don't know. I don't know, but I seen a picture of a building in was it Dallas or Houston, Texas today? The windows are blown out. Anybody else see that? See, see, Tony, he must have not been on here when I said that. When I said the same thing, I'd be hollering watching Jim and all them hurricanes blowing his ass all across the screen. That's that's the thing about it. That's the thing about it.
I think Mickey. They're saying on the YouTube side, is it acting up on the YouTube side? I think that's what it says.
Uh-uh.
Hi, Miss Shayna Shepherd. I like her little
Oh.
avatar.
No, everything is good. I'm looking at this public access online, what they said, well, how they be doing women in Dubai. They be pooping on women in Dubai and you can't
Oh,
smoke weed. Ooh. But you
you
know,
can't even scream in public for women. Like, did you hear about that? The American girl, she had got arrested. Oh, I would not want to be arrested outside of this country.
me either.
You don't
Especially
live
now that
alone. Because, see, we be traveling. People be, well, not me. People be traveling and don't even look at the laws or what is going on. And those little ratings that we get, whether it's a 3 or 2 or 1, y'all don't be paying attention to that. When that sucker says 2, it's already dangerous. They're just telling you that, be cautious. When it's at 3, if you want, you at your own risk.
mm-hmm.
And if you don't have your money together and something happened to you over there, your family got to go through hell to get your body back to the U.S.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's true.
I
That's
can't.
true.
I feel bad because I can't remember the lady that was the young girl, the young beautiful girl who was a hairdresser, and she braided hair for young girls, and she had went with her friends out there to Mexico, and they beat her up and killed her. And then uh,
Mm.
she was she from? Oh Lord, I forgot what part of North Carolina, but I can't even remember her name. But I just think of things like her family had to come up with all this money to get her body back from Mexico. And
Wow.
everybody wants to go on vacation and travel, and it's fine. But make sure you really have real good people with you. Don't leave this country with just
Right.
any group. I
Right.
don't care because sometimes we leave. Oh, I'm getting a couple dollars off,
Right.
and
Right.
that
And you
dollar
know,
might be your last time. Shoes.
you're true. That's absolutely true, Anna. And like, they're a little graphic in the chat. You can go read it, but that's absolutely true. Like a lot of them princes in Dubai, they pay good money for the women to come and they do strange things for a little bit of change, and they
Mhm.
come back to America.
Yep.
Allegedly, Gucci Mane's wife, Keisha Kaur, they said she went over to Dubai and made millions.
Oh wow.
I mean, millions when Gucci was locked up and she got a beautiful mansion built. I mean, gold toilets, Tony, you heard about that? I know Tony heard about that. I mean, just gold everything. They make good money over there, but I'm not interested in any golden showers or anything of substance being on my beautiful body. Mm-mm. Y'all can keep that money. I'm
Yep.
straight.
Keep. I'm
Keep
going
it
to weird people. I don't want to travel outside.
Ashanti did too, Tony. No, Ashanti didn't do that.
Oh, he said Ashanti did it too. Lord have mercy.
Ashanti didn't do that.
I don't put nothing past nobody.
Me either. But Anna, so enough of the gossip. That's not what we do all the time. So tell me about your week, girl. I want to hear what's been going on.
So we could talk. Well, you know what? Let's put the video. Then I could say what I need to say, and it will go right into what I did this week.
Okay, Mickey, can you cue up the video?
Yep, Shanquella Robinson is her name. Yes, thank you.
He putting on his glasses now so he can see.
Butch body that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on. I'm trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to strike those words.
What you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just.
You just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about it.
Voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look, calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get clarification.
You're not recognized. Miss
I can't hear you with your yelling.
Don't want
calm down.
No,
please calm
don't
down.
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk noise, and then
You're out of control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I come and talk shit about her, y'all gonna have a problem.
Mr. Chairman.
All right, Chair. Okay. Order. Chair now.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
with your
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
I'd like to know if any of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising. Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
with your
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath
would
even
you
your
please
history.
regain
That's
order
beneath
of your
you.
committee?
Order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your
Move
feelings hurt?
her words down.
Oh,
Girl, baby girl.
oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will have to pay it? Miss Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
needs to
recognizes
apologize. No.
Mr. Perry.
She needs to
Okay,
apologize.
hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Miss Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
Mr.
not
Perry.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the
it's
minority.
pretty self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not.
out of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
I move to
I would
strike-
like
Order.
to
Strike the
as
lady's
well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's
control.
the correct apology. Miss Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection. Without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
Chair recognizes- 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's
It's me.
Miss Crockett?
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
What now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
part of
I'm
the.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman,
I didn't-
motion to
I had
strike
no
those
idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna.
So, what y'all just saw, it's a lot going on in this video.
Yes, break it.
But I'm going to just talk about one part, and of course, we could dig in more. So, me, being the Puerto Rican that I am, I was so happy to see, because sometimes we're in spaces where some people like to use their, how do you say that? When they're basically being how do you say? I can't even think of the word, but basically they're talking to us down, but they're talking to us racial undertones, and they're beating us up for the way we look or things. But when I saw this video, no one else jumped up but the Puerto Rican.
Mm.
And so
Mhm.
I was happy because that's who I am,
Mhm.
especially when I see a Black woman being attacked.
Mhm.
Because I know that sometimes, not even, sorry, Mickey, I'm not saying all, some Black men don't even get up to protect them.
Right.
So when I saw this video, yes, it's a lot of going on. It's a lot that you see going on. It's a lot of ignorance. But even later on, when I forgot the lady's name, Jasmine, was very hurt by what was said. You know, even though some people are like, oh, she's just talking about her eyelashes. No, it's deeper than that. Because you don't know the trauma that Jasmine's been through with the ignorance in the rooms that she's in.
Mhm.
And so when she's going back and repeating, she's being ignorant back to her to let her feel the ignorance that she's putting out there. And the first thing the other lady does is sits there and talks about that Jasmine is out of control
Right.
and talking. That's racist.
Right. Your eyelashes getting in your face.
No, but when the other lady goes to correct her, when she's still going, and they're mad because Jasmine's going back at it,
Mm-hmm.
they want to go at her like she's an untamed human being, like she's an animal. You're out of order, you know, like going at her, describing her like she's wrong for the way she feels.
Right. And I like what Miss
Even the
Green
white
said.
men knew, like, how dare you?
Right.
You know, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see that all the way in our Congress, and y'all see that right there in Flint, the whole U.S. is crazy right now.
Yes.
You got no order. You got no order on the floor.
Right.
So I didn't mean to make it so it's funny in some parts, because you know when what's her name call her back, and you know she calls her out her name and describes her as a what's the word she used? Oh Lord, botched.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my daughter. Yeah, I asked my daughter, what does that, like, I know what it means, but can you tell me? Because she's younger.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, Mom was, and she described it, and I was like, whoa, she hit back hard, but she deserved it.
Mm-hmm. She sure did.
She deserved it. So when I'm always talking about, I ain't talking about that I don't like white people and I don't want white people around. I just don't like when others use their privilege and use racist undertones, and
Mm-hmm.
then try to come after one to make the other one against the other one. And
Right.
so we have a lot of that going on, and we assume and we'll play each other.
Right.
We'll play on one is weaker than the other one. The other one's following the other one. The other one is telling the other one what to do. This comes from colonization. Some
Mm.
people have privilege, whether they broke, poor. Some people have privilege,
You are
whether they
absolutely
broke or poor.
right.
They're still ignorant,
Mm-hmm.
and they still will use that, because the truth is they can fix their teeth. They can go move somewhere else, and they can get above some of us Black and brown people quicker
Mm-hmm.
with those racial undertones, because that's all they need to do is say we're a part of your ignorance, and they'll move up.
You're right. You're
I'm
absolutely
not saying
correct.
we don't need to partner up with others. With I don't have nothing against whites, but I have something against whites that use their privilege to separate people that already have been hurt.
Right. I
Those are the ones that have a
absolutely
problem with.
agree. I absolutely 100% agree with you. Do not use your privilege to separate it. But you know,
Yep.
you have a lot of people who use their privilege when it's convenient for them.
Mm-hmm.
They say they don't, they think they don't, but they do. Maybe they can't tell, but they do. And we see it happening all around the world. All around the world. Look at there, right here in DC. Same thing that goes on here. Not even just on council, but just in everyday life, period.
Yep.
Job, street, store. We see it all over America, all over.
Mhm.
And good evening, everyone that is saying hello to all.
You
Anna,
want to go down the names? Because I don't know who's on.
Mickey,
You
can
can
you
say good evening to
control
everyone.
put it up there for us, please, darling? She's looking at me. Shouts out to A10 News Media Group and the
Oh,
greatest.
look, Angie Max in the house.
Yes, Mickey Jordan, thank you. So there we go. And see, Free Daddy said, you see Medea and her. Right. Good evening, little mama, everybody. Good evening. Thank you all for tuning in. Anna, I hope you all got to see that video that Anna just shared with us. So Paulette said that's what's going on right here on the east side.
Where's the east side?
So the east side of Flint, I would describe it as classism. To me, classism is the new racism. So you
Yeah.
have a class of people. The east side is mostly white, but I mean, blacks are migrating onto the east side very fast. But you have the east side has always been predominantly white and not well-to-do off whites, just average middle class, lower class whites.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Mickey telling the story one day when he went over there, him and another guy, they were canvassing the neighborhood. And a guy came out, a white gentleman came out and told Mickey and the other gentleman and said, we all for Trump. All of us. We all have the same politics over here. So basically he was saying, brother, you can go back to the hood because we all over here for the same thing.
Mm.
And that's how the east side is. So when we talk about Julie Priestley, you see her as that's a great representative of the east side. When
Okay.
she
Oh, wow.
when you have somebody like a Mr. Peachy who comes up to the lector at
Mm-hmm.
city council and says, you people, and Judy from the east side of Flint says, oh, we use you people all the time.
Mm.
That's because Judy has said Mexican nigger before.
Jesus.
So she doesn't see it as anything wrong with saying something like that.
Winters, I always think like, why have we gotten to this place where we can't talk about racism without people thinking that we're talking about the whole group?
It's so
Why
crazy.
have we gotten to that?
I don't know, because you think I look back and I'm glad Miss J put that up there. She said Archie Bunker. Remember how not Fred Sanford, but what's his name? George Jefferson would walk around and honky, honky. I mean, he would say things. I mean, Fred Sanford, Archie Bunker, and it was just all of a sudden everybody got sensitive.
Yep. Well, that's our generation.
And we can't talk about it anymore.
You can't.
And as soon as you say a quick little thing, they think, oh, you're being racist.
But that's the issue when you can't talk about what the ignorance that's in the room, or the cancer that's in the chat, or the ignorance that's in the meetings. Like, hiding the truth is basically what's going on. We're not going to speak, or we're not going to admit that this person is not being ethical.
Right.
And we're not holding them accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not saying don't collaborate, because some of them do come over, even when they're ignorant, and their privilege sometimes get us to next spaces. But that doesn't mean we sell ourselves out or sell our souls for no dollar. That's all I'm saying.
Free Daddy, I'm going to keep it real. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to put that up there so Anna can explain to me what's a Maya Spins. What's she say? Male sapiens. What's that?
Male sapiens confused classes. Male sapiens. I know Homo sapiens is human, but what's a male sapiens?
What's a male? What's male? It's a black acting white. Okay, Mickey said it's a black acting white. Okay.
Well, you just taught me something.
White people. Okay, we learned something today. Okay, we didn't know that. Okay. Okay.
We also got people, colonization is real.
Right.
Colonization is real. I was at a room, and so right now, a lot of the natives, especially right here in DC, the people that were here first were actually not native Washingtonians. They were native. They were American Indians that were here. They weren't called American because remember, that's Christopher Columbus. I don't know where was our, the group that was here. And those people were ignored and their land was taken and it was colonized. But the sad part is that when we do have conversations, it's an Anglo-Saxon speaking as if they're that.
Mm.
Just because you have children with someone of that race or culture does not mean you really, and I'm sorry if people take this the wrong way, can you speak or lead on that? Because the truth is, a lot of us do not talk because we have been silenced by colonization, who continues to put the hats of other cultures as if they're coming to help, when the way you help is step out of the way and allow the people that are there to talk. And if they talk different, if they come to the room different, if they come to the spaces different, that's okay. We don't need privileged organizations, organized. We don't need you to tell us how we should do things, because that's colonization. How do we group? How do we talk? How do we express ourselves when we're mad? Oh, you can't do that. That's wrong. But where does that come from? Those are things we don't dig in. How long have we been put in yes, they're not real physical chains, but the way we communicate is still colonization is real. There's more forms. I know I'm off because I'm telling you that premenopause is kicking my ass. So every second I talk, I'm like, damn, what was I? But all I'm saying is, this ain't a sister circle to talk about whites. This is to talk about colonization, but how some that have privilege use racial undertones and then want to come back into the room where they think they're like, well, let me give back because I did wrong. The way you give back is stop telling people how to express themselves.
Right. And it's something like that. Like, I wonder, can we kind of compare this to what happened or what's going on with the ENA board and how Mr. Joe King expressed himself about Doug Matthews? And he said, he's making me feel like I'm on the plantation again with some of the things that he says. He may not directly direct it to some certain person, but sometimes Doug does that. And he uses, I feel like
if you listen to what he's writing, and especially for him to write, anytime, they say when you write, you're pulling from your heart. So when he's writing, that is what's in him. Ignorance is it's infiltrated in through his whole body. Mm-hmm. Ignorance is pumping through his blood. Mm-hmm. His privilege blood.
Right.
But these are the people that we get in spaces. I mean, he keeps claiming he's a social worker. I feel bad for whoever was on his caseload.
Right. And Jaleesa Mayfield said, she said she felt Joe on that. And I did too. Joe may not get all of his words right. He may not speak the way that we all speak. And I know we laugh and we make a joke out of it, but Joe was for real about that. Like, Joe came up during the cotton picking era.
Yeah.
So he doesn't understand why this white man is thinking it's okay to come to people's houses and put letters in the mailboxes and talk about people on social media and pull up his water bill and his bills and post it. He said he either he has some feelings for me or he's making me. He said I done fought the teenagers in Alabama, the KKK, and he said he's making me feel a little plantationist. So I understand what you're saying. And when we express ourselves as Black people, especially Black women, they like to label us as angry.
Mm-hmm.
We're not angry because we're talking loud, trying to get our point across. And just not, I'm going to say, I like when Ana says, Black or brown women. Let me put it that way. We're not angry. But sometimes we have to make sure that you understand the words that are coming out of our mouth. We got to make sure that we're getting our point across, that you clearly can articulate what I am saying to you. That doesn't make me angry. I just want you to understand what I'm saying to you.
Mm-hmm.
And we
You ever see? So I'll talk about where I was at, but it was just one part where I noticed the difference, how we come into spaces and how we're treated. We had a lady who was explaining of a situation in Nebraska where, I mean, if you would have, the way she expressed herself, you would have thought someone had died.
Mm.
And I'm not trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
But what she was saying was they started a whole movement because a kid had brought a gun to school and she was petrified. She done started a whole movement off the basis of that because that gun was next to her daughter's book bag. And you would have thought that her daughter got shot. You would have thought that her daughter died. But what I'm saying here, and I don't know if y'all can understand the way I'm saying it. If they can move for someone that did not get hurt, for someone's book bag, and for her to break, like if her daughter got hurt, and I'm sitting right here in the damn nation's capital, burying 3 14-year-old black boys who are shot down. Your tears of a gun next to your daughter's book bag, I'm sorry, that ain't shit.
Right.
Compared to what we see. And you want us to come in rooms and come into these spaces of the behaviors that y'all have. The ignorant ones. I'm not talking about all white people. I'm talking about privileged, ignorant colonizers. Mm-hmm. You want us to come in these spaces to make you comfortable. Mm-hmm. That's what it's about. And we give it to them. There's nothing wrong with talking loud. But if you look at the history of our ancestors, we spoke loud.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with having music, dancing. That's us.
That's our culture.
Yes.
And what you're saying is describing what they are trying to put on us at council. And we have people, black and brown people that look like us, that are trying to silence us. You're clapping too loud. You're walking too much. You're talking too much. No, I'm not here to make you comfortable. Mm-hmm. I want my point to get across just like you want your point to get across. But like you said, they want to condition us to make us feel like we need to be silent and speak more softly. Yes. You know, be like us, you know, act with your inside voice. No, I'm going to talk like I want to talk.
Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
We have been taught what a lady is, but really through what the white lens of what a lady is. If you go and look at other countries, when women come, we be like, she's, you know, when you go to other black and brown countries, but here in America, we'll say they're aggressive. They're angry. No, they're confident.
Right.
They're confident in what they're saying. I'm sorry, when I walk into a room, not everyone talks loud. Not everyone talks bold. There's nothing wrong with that. We all come to spaces different. But for me, in the way that I speak in my culture, I'm standing up, because if I'm going to tell you about something good and I'm sharing, then I got to let you feel it. Mm-hmm. And that's a part of us, because we feel so much pain that it's actually a good thing when we talk loud. Not all of us have to talk loud to release it.
Right.
Release it with power.
Get it off.
And our voice is power. Mm-hmm. And no one has the right to dictate how we come into these spaces.
Right.
You're
absolutely right.
You got Liddell Lewis, and I'm sorry, telling her own that you can't clap, you can't say amen, you can't hold a sign. Mm-hmm. When she knows the history from the march across the bridge with the voting suppression, when those people silently march, I said go in there with them signs, because there's ways to advocate. We can't always keep talking in those rooms, especially they do got rules. Yeah, sometimes we do got to be quiet, but sometimes we can't control the hurt. And so some of us scream out loud. And it's not because we're being disrespectful. It's because we're tired.
Mm-hmm.
And how many times you gotta fucking say I'm tired?
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear someone in the room holler, why is Liddell? Why is Judy Priestley? Why is more shit? I'm sorry, I don't know how to say her name. Why are they paying attention to you? Because they don't have a voice for themselves. That's why.
Absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
don't even know what they're doing up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate. The voice that we do have is that damn voting. Whether we don't think it's going to happen or not, it really works.
And that's what.
And you got to keep voting. And
Right.
you got to keep showing up to these places.
And before I forget, because like you said, we premenopausal and we
Yes.
forget things. Can you tell us a little bit more about, you said you ran into Debbie Stabenow and Gary Peters?
So,
forget.
Little about, yeah, I was going to go into it. And the reason why I'm saying all of this stuff, because so I belong to an organization called PAVE, so we're fighting for education, but especially for our Black children and of course our brown children. The numbers show that Black and brown children's, their numbers are not good in their educational spaces, and their access is nowhere near good. And as you can see, Flint has issues in their education, as well as DC. Matter of fact, everywhere.
Or mostly
access anywhere urban area.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. Anytime there's Black and brown people in anywhere, that school's gonna have less funding, and that school's not gonna have all resources.
Right.
What I said, the quote was the other day, that lady said, green follows white. Anywhere there's white, green follows.
Yeah.
If your child is not in a predominantly white school, this is real talk. I'm not saying shit. Oh, I'm against the white. No, this is real conversation. Anytime whites are in the building, the green follows. Funding, access, and equality. Mm-hmm. We don't get that if our schools are predominantly brown or Black. That's the reality we live in. It's been going on since Brown versus Board. As soon as we were allowed to come into the room, these things happen. But this week, I was with an organization called U-Plan. And U-Plan is a huge organization. And so they hosted a convention. And all of the nonprofits from everywhere, from some people were in there for immigrational rights. Some people were there for educational rights. Some people were there, especially what's going on in Michigan, which is the Child Tax Act. Especially for childcare. That's a couple things that are going in Michigan. And then according to Michigan, the other thing is called the right to have
access to clean water.
Access to clean water is the new thing that actually your senator is pitching, Gary Peters. So within this group, we were on the Hill yesterday. And the Hill in DC is where the Senate, the Congress, and the House of Representatives are. And so when I got there, of course, I'm DC. We don't have representation in the Senate. We don't even have representation in the House. We have a person that can go in there and say something, but we don't get to vote. So because Ana has gotten the access to go with this group, I looked for the Michigan group. Mm-hmm. I broke my ass to go, where's Michigan at up in this room? And I went and sat with Michigan. And Michigan, Grand Rapids was where everyone was from in that Michigan group. Okay. And they were all Black women, their own nonprofit. They were all Black women, all of us mothers. Matter of fact, I can't remember the name. I'm telling you, I'm having a senior moment. Eventually, I'll talk about it because I want to bring them on because they're right there. They actually go to Detroit sometimes. And I was like, hey, y'all need to partner with Flint. Right. So in Grand Rapids, the issue is lead, the paint in the buildings of schools. And the kids are at a level of 5. And when the EPA says that you have to have 0, how the hell you're even allowing this to happen? And y'all know in Flint, with the lead in the water.
Because she's preaching tonight.
However, in Grand Rapids, their numbers were higher just in one ward for kids having lead poisoning. And so it's a huge problem. But guess where it's at? Where our Black boys and our Black girls are. They're the ones feeling it. And you know, lead, oh my God. We're not even going to go into what it does. But you see this? This is lead. PB is behind me. Y'all can see it. It is horrible what it does to you. it messes your brain. So they were able to get a meeting with Gary Peters, and they were able to get a meeting with Senator Debbie Stepano, if I'm saying her name right.
Stepano, yes, you are.
Yeah, so those are both. Peters has 14 districts. He has Detroit. He has your area, and then Stepano has the whole state, right? Mm-hmm. So I was able to go in this room with them, and I asked them. I was like, "Hey, we're gonna go with you. Can we go to your first 2 meetings?" And then the whole group was like, "Sure, sure." And I asked them, I said, I introduced myself. I said, "Look, I'm Ana. I know y'all thinking DC, but I'm not trying to be funny. I'm straight up. I want to get in the room with y'all because that senator is not standing on business with my friends in Flint. So can I get in the damn room with y'all?"
All right, Ana. You told them you from 10 News Media Group, right?
Oh, yeah, they know. Oh, I'm just going to tell you. So I'm going to tell you. So we get into the room, right? Get into the room. They start talking. And the ladies are so nice. They said, I stepped right on in. And these legislative aides, they have notes. While they were talking, that lady went writing one goddamn note, right? When I noticed that, I said, "Can I say something?" Because I'm a talk.
Right.
Before I was done, that chick had to write everything I said. And so what I said was, how are you coming into spaces with the real people? Because what you got to understand right here in Flint, you can go on 810 News Media Group. I even showed her and see how the city is functioning and how the people's voices are not being heard. I said, how can you say you're running this thing? I said, I speak to them normal. I come into my space the way I speak. I don't need to articulate and speak with proper words. Mm-hmm. Ana's going to speak to you the way Ana is going through and what she feels. I don't have to curse you out, but I need you to feel from my heart what is not being done. So I said, how is it? How are they coming to y'all and not telling you of the stuff that's going on? If I live in DC, right, and I listen to this and I see what's going on. Y'all are the senators of Michigan. Where are y'all coming into these spaces to help? The lady said, we don't hear anything about Flint.
Wow.
And I said, well, how do we get into these spaces? So she gave me her card with her email. And she said, if you email me, I can have Peters go through this. The truth is, even if Peters reads it, Peter still has to go through a chain all the way down. Right. But my question was, when are you going to come close to Flint so we can show up in the room? Because sometimes your people that you voted as council, they're not saying shit to this senator.
No. We got a state rep.
He ain't saying shit.
State representative, right.
Went into Debbie Stepano's room, did the same exact thing. She started writing down. I said, please, there's a news media group called 810 News Media Group. You can go there on YouTube. There's no biases. Ain't no one getting paid. None of us are getting paid. We're just talking. But when you go on there, you can see the council meeting. And I know you've heard of some things. Because, y'all had to know about Eric Mays, and she started laughing. She's like, no, I don't know. But some people can act like they don't know. Come on, Eric was everywhere.
Right.
Mazes.
And thank you, as everyone is putting in the chat. Thank you so much for representing us, Ana. Thank you.
Oh, and I got somebody on there, Anthony Bonner. If y'all see him, hey, Anthony. Anthony was with me at UPlan. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. So I'm glad he's on there. Okay. A couple of the girls, I forgot to give them the access on here, but so let me go back because I really want y'all to know. I was able to get into these rooms on the Hill, but the thing was, we got to get into these spaces and organize. Not because we're trying to get money and take money from the citizens. You don't need to Cash App. Now, you can Cash App 810 News Media Group to keep going so they can video it, so they can vlog it. But I'm talking about everybody has resources in the house. We got our own umbrellas if it's raining. We got our own jackets if it's cold.
Right.
We need to talk. Come to the room and talk. And find out, which we can, when is he coming and what space is he coming in? And once you're organized, you can get into these rooms and they can't run. It's not to attack the senators, but it's allow them to see what's going on because your council people, your mayor, your governor is not saying shit according to what they said.
Absolutely. Even when
How are you going to run an initiative for clean water and Flint is still suffering?
Absolutely.
How can you run on that?
Remember when I went to the Michigan Black Summit in Benton Harbor, and they had the coalition of Michigan Black mayors there. They thought the water was clean in Flint because that's what our mayor is telling them. And so it makes you wonder, even if Debbie Stabenow or Gary Peters, they come back and they talk to our mayor, the message that he will deliver is that the water is clean to make everyone go away. So yes, you're absolutely right. We need to organize and get into these spaces where we're able to tell our side of the story.
Yep. And we need to stop the division. You got people coming because they want to be social media famous. They want everybody to know their damn name.
Right.
They want to go in people's inboxes and create separation.
Tell the truth.
I go anywhere and help because I'm affected right here in DC. And I said, before I leave this earth, sometimes we wait till we get older. We doing everything for everybody else, but sometimes you have to live on purpose. And if you know that your purpose is to use your voice to help, even the motherfuckers that don't like you, because you're going to have haters.
Right.
You still need to go out there and do the fight. If that's what your purpose is, if God gave you that purpose, Allah, higher being, whatever you call it, you have to stand, what we say, stand on business.
Stand on business.
You have to stand on purpose at the same time. I have a quote I'm going to show y'all this morning when I woke up, because I said, if y'all know, I've been following A10 News Media Group and I've been listening, and God just opened up a door for me to be able to be on here. Not because I need recognition, not because I'm coming to take.
And you never came to me and asked me a single thing.
I never asked, could I be on this show?
Never asked.
Some have, but I've never asked.
You never asked. And I
got hate because of that, because why'd you pick her?
Right. And I'll say it again, like people, like this is my public life. I have a whole separate life outside of this. And I will share with you, a lot of people don't know that Ana and I talk damn near every day.
Yep.
If we're not on the phone, we're texting. So we went through a long months of talking.
Yeah.
And then the opportunity came. I'm like, hey, Ana, do you think you can just carve out a little bit of time? Because I know she's heavily involved in her community and she loves Flint.
Oh, yeah, I do. I do. I really do.
She's not following us for the fame. She's not following us to get more followers or recognition. She loves Flint. How many people do you know would have took the time and had the opportunity to go in the room and not share their own agenda, but share somebody else's agenda? The people in Flint need help. And we appreciate you for that, Ana. We do. And thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, because right in your own state, even though the people are from Michigan, they're going to fight for what's going on in their area. I understood. They educated me, but we have more lead. And I said, I understand that, but shit, y'all are black. Black in Grand Rapids and black in Flint, y'all the same people.
Right.
We're the Great Migration. We're the same people that moved up the coast to get better life.
And I see what Miss Tia Harris wrote. She said she don't believe for 1 minute that Mr. Peters and Mrs. Stabenow don't know what's going on in Flint. If that's true, they are out of touch with reality. But you know what, Tia? We know. That's the safe way to get out of a conversation. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. So you're right, Tia. They know. But they going to say that there. Oh, I didn't know. To get out of that situation.
Now, people would say, oh, nothing's going to happen. I've seen people in the chat. Oh, them two is not going to happen. Look, one thing I do know, you're going to get no's. You're going to get no's, you're going to get no's, you're going to get no's. But one day God is going to open that door and you're going to get that yes. Right. And you have documentation that you have went several times to speak about this. So when that time comes, when that voice really can be used, and that's called voting time. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying calling bird on somebody, but those are the times when you see these so-called candidates that say they for the people, you see them move mountains, separate the darn deep sea to make, because they know they have been listening. But that hasn't been where the money, because you got to follow where the money's going through.
Right.
I have this quote that I woke up this morning and I wrote it down and I said, whoa, God, what are you saying? Because I said, Winters, even you, we're getting to a space where we know what we want to be. We know what we want to do. But we have to start talking and we have to start walking it. We have to start believing it ourselves.
Right.
And haters are going to come.
Right.
And they're going to leave and they're going to apologize or they're not. And it doesn't matter.
Let your haters be your motivators.
Yes. No, but that means, I always say, once you start getting haters, that means you're doing something.
Right.
The enemy is always around the corner. If you don't have no enemies, everybody hitting like, you better question what you're doing.
That's right. You're doing something wrong.
So my quote this morning came up. It says, some will live to see it and some will die to change it. That's my quote. Some of us will see change and some of us will die for the change. We're going to die. Some of us, Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Some of us are sacrificial lambs.
Right.
But God always has a ram in the bush.
Always
has a ram in the bush. Because we can't just think about what's happening right now. We also got to think about that when we advocate and we fight, that the next generation, our children's children, might see it. We might not see it. And sometimes we give the fuck up and say, I ain't got nothing, it's not nothing changing.
And we do that all the time. And I always say that the generation before us, sometimes I feel like some of them dropped, not all, just some of them dropped the ball. Because it looks like yesterday, James was in his 30s, I'm in my 40s, Rich is in his 50s. We passing the torch, but we blowing it out before we pass it. And we got to rewrite it again the same way. Like sometimes we don't get far because we're not really passing the torch when it's lit, if that makes sense as to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're fighting the same thing over and over and over again. And like you said, some people die for change.
Yep.
I think about what Miss Irma Shaw said. I will never forget that call that she called in and she said on the bump. When they took when they went in on our constitutional rights to not hold up a sign at council meeting.
Mm-hmm.
She said, do you think that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, some of those people out there protesting and fighting, they were doctors, they were lawyers, they had jobs to go back to. They didn't get harassed on their jobs because they protested. That's their right to do that. And it's our right. And we need to stand up for our right, but we can only be stronger together. We have to quit the division.
Yep.
And quit letting people divide you. Everybody that talks to you and say they want to unite, they don't.
Yeah. You got to see who's
Mama
out there.
always says, if a dog bring a bone, you know they gonna carry one away. You got to watch some of them dogs around you.
Mm-hmm.
That's bringing you that bone. Yes, Linda, I do agree. There are so-called Black leaders that sell us out, but see, that's what they do. And I've said that plenty of times on the bump. I can't get mad at the gatekeepers for what they do because they're businessmen.
Mm-hmm.
I get mad at the Black people that they employ to come back into the community and sell their message to us.
That's what I was talking about today. I saw a group outside. We were driving, and I said, look, 7 whites, and they're talking. We were like, God, what are they talking about? And there's one young Black guy in there. And I said to my girlfriend, Yolanda, she's on. I said, you see how they use us? And I'm talking about privileged people, not racist people, privileged people, and don't even recognize when they're doing it. They sit there and they'll use us to come and say their agenda. And we just run and we repeat their ideas as if it's our idea. And then because we're falsifying, everything falls. And you find every person that does it, they all fall.
That's true.
All Adele's disappear, all Mushets disappear, even Quincy's going to disappear. They will. You see it all the time.
Yes.
You see it all the time. And if you see one still going, that funding must be really good and they're still giving. You can't take money from everyone. Not all grants are good grants.
No.
Not all grant. You can get offered $100,000, but if at the bottom of that thing says you have to say everything I say and you have to do it like this, you better ask yourself, am I selling my soul to you know who, to Satan?
Right.
For that 100,000?
We've had people come and approach
that money away. God will make a way. If you change 10 people, if you change right here, this is advocating. A10 News Media Group. We can laugh. We can talk about many subjects.
Right to you.
Here with Sister Circle, the community, but the women in the community. And right there in Michigan, y'all had, well, Debbie Stemino was she's the first female senator in Michigan. I'm not saying going down, because you have another one. What's her name? Hillary Shelton. But I think she's the West. I think she has the West. Her name is Hillary Shelton. She's a senator, but she's more further west.
And I'm not in those spaces if they do, because I can't say that they don't come, but I'll say that I'm not in the spaces where I see the senators interacting a lot in the community. Now, I remember, and I'm talking specifically Flint. When I was in Grand Blanc, Gary Peters, Tim Sneller, a lot of the representatives, they would have coffee time all the time. Come and sit and talk with them and tell them your problems. Tell them your issues. Tell them what's going on. We don't get that opportunity in Flint. We only see them when it's time to vote. And they throw a name out, attach it to a sucker, a piece of candy, so we can remember who to vote for. But I don't feel like they take our vote seriously. And we need to stop giving our vote away. You know what I'm saying? We just give our vote away because, they sound good. No, we need to hold our vote hostage until we get them to agree on our agenda.
Did y'all know in Nebraska, they got a Senate, but they don't have House of Representatives. The House of Representatives is the people. So the people literally can go and speak directly to the senators, testify directly to the senators.
Wow.
But it's not us in those rooms. Nebraska is predominantly white. But the fact that they turn their state like that, I'm not saying we could turn Michigan like that. I'm not saying we could turn DC like that. But that's privilege.
Right.
When the House of Rep is the House of people. You don't hear that nowhere else. You don't hear that nowhere. Look it up, how Nebraska, how they're able to come in. When a lady can sit there and get upset and about to break because her daughter book bag was next to a kid that had a gun, and how they can change so quick the law. But right here in our nation's capital, right there in Flint, there's a shooting and ain't shit done changed. Not even enough police.
Nope.
And sometimes policing is not always the answer.
You're right. You're right.
Sometimes we got to organize as a community. Figure out who the hell's dropping the guns in our neighborhoods.
Because we shall not
have no damn resources to buy that. Right. Who is opening their trunks and dropping it off?
Right. You're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
The only reason why they're involved because it's fentanyl, and fentanyl's affecting their side. A lot of Congress and a lot of senators' kids are dying off of fentanyl.
Before it didn't even matter. Well, just like the crack, the cocaine. Oh, it was a party drug until it started affecting their community.
Yep.
But our producer is giving us the finger. It's time for us to wrap up. But I'm excited. And I'm going to let me say my piece, and I'm going to roll it to you so you can take us on home. 2 things. Well, 3 things. First thing, thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming back week after week and supporting Sister Circle. We appreciate all of you. We are going to start, Anna, we got our group. We're going to start looking for women to come on, women in the community,
Yes.
her
I got a
community,
couple.
our
We're
community.
gonna talk. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna bring you some
Oh,
people
I
up in
see a
here.
couple I want to come, I want to get on
And
to.
some people in this chat too.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about, the ones that stay involved.
Yes.
The second thing, the next show that comes on, don't forget to watch Tanya. She'll be on tomorrow all day, starting at 10 a.m. to talk about whatever Tanya talks about.
Oh
But
my
we're gonna
God.
make sure that we support each other. You know, that's our joke around here. Tanya's gonna be on from 10 a.m. until 7:30 at night when we get ready for the clubhouse. Don't forget about the clubhouse tomorrow.
Yes.
Got Wig Productions. He's gonna be in there. So we're excited about the clubhouse. And the last thing I want to say before I turn it over to Anna, next week, right here, 6:10. Anna will be live in the studio. She will be in Flint. After our long day in Detroit, we'll be in Detroit with some of our A10 people in Detroit. We're gonna be down there vlogging during the day, but we're gonna make it back here next Friday night, and we'll be live in the studio. So make sure that you turn into Sister Circle. We will be live and together. So Anna, take us home.
Oh, you know I would say peace.
Have a good one, y'all.